Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Daniel Kaplan here. Super excited for this video. As you know, probably the number one buzzword that we are all hearing these days is AI this, AI that. But in reality, most people don't really know how to actually leverage AI. People just think because they talk to Claude or talk to ChatGPT that they're AI enabled, but that is the furthest thing from the case. The people that are actually AI enabled are the individuals who are building tools and softwares that are helping out their business. So I love AI. I have built plenty of tools. I've built plenty of companies. I've systemized a lot of my companies all using AI. So I thought I'd make a video on it within real estate specifically. I would say I've always noticed that real estate is a lagging industry in terms of like AI, tech, and innovation. This is at least an observation that I've had. So I thought I'd give a breakdown of, in my opinion, probably the top five best AI use cases within real estate. I could probably rattle off 100. These were the first five that kind of popped top of head. So thought I would dive into this, and I'll be breaking down each of these in a more simple conceptual way, but in order to actually implement these, you can make it in a simple way, or you can get super complex using all these API keys, all these automations, all these integrations. So I'll be kind of like laying out that delineation, but just going deep on these. So the first one, in my opinion, which is probably the easiest one of all of these to implement, is just automated underwriting. So pretty much you want to be able to build a system or be able to go and build a Claude project or an AI agent that is an expert at underwriting. Whether it's trying to go and find ARV, underwriting for a wholesale deal, building out a pro forma for a 50 unit ground up development project, AI can really do it all in terms of underwriting. But here is the biggest kicker with underwriting. It all comes down to your prompt. What are you telling the AI? I want you to go and build a pro forma to model out for the next 5 years. I want you to go and do two different models. One is a build to rent, one is a build to sell. I want you to build sensitivities on these kind of metrics. I want to build an equity waterfall with these kind of hurdle rates. Here's my fund structure. Here's my anticipated whatever it is. You need to be giving a lot of details when you are building out your prompts. Whether it's a little single family property or a massive deal, it really just comes down to your prompting. On the resi slash single family side of things, this is extremely easy, and you can build this in a super automated fashion. So what I built internally for my company is it's super simple for my team. All I have them do is fill out a form, and this form has a couple of questions. The first one is what is the address, of course. And the next one is how much in repairs you think this thing needs. And just off those two things, given the Zillow API key that we also have, it will then go and underwrite for every single exit strategy. What is a cash offer, a novation offer? What does the underwriting look like as a fix and flip? What does the underwriting look like as a burr? Literally just lays out all the different exit strategies and will model it out for you. Super easy, super fast, probably the lowest hanging fruit. Now the next one, which is probably a little bit more complicated in my opinion, is building out an AI quality management system. So I run a very large overseas cold calling business, and we literally just fired our whole quality department because we realized, why don't we just implement AI to go and do the job for them? But this is really good when you have a big team, whether it's acquisition reps or closers or cold callers, whatever individuals you have that are actually like hitting the phones and having conversations. Building out this AI QM that takes their call transcripts and then takes notes and provides feedback is probably the lowest hanging fruit. It's a little bit complicated to build, especially building it in like an automated fashion that then feeds back to your CRM. But the beauty of the AI quality management is as you build a big team, let's say you've got a 5 or a 10 person cold calling business, it's tough to oversee all these guys, right? So having AI that can kind of listen to all the calls, provide feedback, let them know what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, but it's also helpful for providing notes. And then in my favorite thing, which kind of feeds into I don't know why I call it buyer outreach, but just automated outreach in general, is what you can then build is imagine you can always have the AI listen to your calls, get a transcript, provide a summary, and then it can build tailored follow-up sequences and reference a past conversation that you had. So having this AI QM is, in my opinion, very massive for also just like CRM management, updating your contacts, building more custom, I would say more tailored, personal follow-up sequences and check-ins. I would say this is such low-hanging fruit, and I would say only implement this if you have a bigger team. If you're a one-person shop, don't waste your fucking time with this. This is more so for the guys that are scaling up their business. They have a lot of people on their team, but they're struggling to oversee these individuals. And this is probably my number one most favorite one. There's a lot of companies that will sell you county data scraping, right? And they'll charge you 2 grand a month or something fucking absurd like that. Do not do that. Use AI, build your own data scrapers, go to the county records, figure out what kind of lists and what kind of markets, and then talk with Claude and build out some scrapers to go and extract that data in real time. This is the best way to go and get fucking unbelievable deals, the highest intent, highest discounted deals in my opinion. And the AI is very, very good at building out these scrapers, but you got to do some heavy lifting at the start, right? You got to go and jump to the county records. You got to figure out where does this data live? How do you want to scrape it? Where do I want you to deliver that data? What is the cadence in which you are scraping? And then you have some other issues with this too, right? Where they got bot detection, they got CAPTCHA. So you got to be a little bit savvy, but when you build out these scrapers, this is the best way to get, in my opinion, probably the best deals you can ever get. And then another one that I love, I know I've probably said that I love every single one of these because I do, KPI dashboards. At the end of the day, most wholesalers, I would say in general, the one thing that they really struggle with is understanding the numbers of their business. So when you are building out your team, you have a bunch of different marketing channels, a bunch of different people. Make sure that you are tracking your data, tracking your KPIs, and you can build KPI dashboards that are built off of your CRM. They're super, super easy to do, whether using Google Sheet, Podio, Go High Level, whatever it is. Build out these KPI dashboards to visualize your data, get insight on your business, see where the leakage is, make data-informed decisions. You need to stop making decisions based off of emotion. You need to be fucking tracking everything to a T. So use AI to build these dashboards that are updated in real time. And then the next one, I don't usually do, in all honesty, but the only reason I put it here is because I know a lot of people get success with it. There's some compliance issues with it, so I don't advise doing it on one facet. That one facet I'm talking about is buyer outreach. You want to be careful with doing unsolicited AI outreach. It is uncompliant. You will probably go and get hit with a massive fine, but AI outreach is good for people who have already opted in. So if you're running meta ads, you're doing PPC, and you've got lead opt-ins, I would use AI to nurture those leads deeper, right? They've already consented to it. Again, this is just one of those mechanisms that allows you to scale, allow you to be the most efficient possible. But I would say these are probably the most important AI use cases that I think that everyone should try to implement, right? There's a lot of different things that you can do within AI, but I would say these are the lowest effort, highest impact things that you can do. With the biggest ones being this underwriting, right? So many people get bogged down with underwriting and take all this time to try and analyze these deals. AI quality management, this is a no-brainer if you have a team that is larger than 5 individuals. For any part of your business, whether it's dispo, acquisitions, marketing, build out an AI QM. These county data scrapers, fucking crank, KPI dashboards, learn your fucking numbers. Now, if this is interesting, I can do like a deeper dive, like in actually how to build these things. Like drop a comment below, like let me know if that's a video that you want me to make. I love this shit. I nerd out about it. I probably log 12 hours a day using Claude Code. So happy to give deep dives on this, but hope this is helpful. Hope you got some value out of it.